All right, Jung Naiv, we're still in Kiev, and I have a young journalist now. Who are you?
I'm Mira. I'm a foreign correspondent at Channel 5.
What's Channel 5?
This is a news channel owned by Mr. Poroshenko, who will maybe become our next president.
Who's Mr. Polchenko?
He's a tycoon who owns a chocolate factory, and he also owns our channel.
He owns one chocolate factory?
No, a lot of chocolate factories across Ukraine.
Is he one of those oligarchs people talking about?
He is, but he's a kind one.
A kind one? Like a good oligarch?
A good oligarch.
Because I learned like a couple episodes ago there are bad oligarchs and good oligarchs.
He's a good one, yeah.
What's the difference between a good and a bad oligarch?
Bad oligarchs, they kill people, torture them. And good oligarchs produce sweets. So that's who he is.
But I've learned last couple of days that no matter what oligarch, no oligarch should become the next president. Do you think that's a good idea?
Maybe. But the thing is, if you're not an oligarch in Ukraine, you can't raise money to run for the elections. That's why all the major players in the elections, they are rich ones.
So maybe the revolution should change this whole election system that maybe not only the rich can run?
Yeah, I absolutely support that. We all fell in love with that Sotnik from Lviv.
What is that?
Who made Yanukovych run for his life. You remember the guy who on the Friday evening of February 21st, he ran up stage and said Yanukovych had time till Saturday 10 a.m. to leave.
We talked to him. One of the heroes of the Maidan.
Yeah. And so I know a lot of girls who would vote for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you vote for him?
I would. In the first round, no problem. He speaks not, he speaks better than lots and lots of politicians, professional politicians.
So do people here want like more like the real people, less like people who were in politics for years now, but like fresh faces?
Yeah, that was the second demand of the revolution. First one, Yanukovych should step out of office, should step down, and then lustration, clearing all the premises of those politicians. So yeah.
But how about Klitschko? He's not an oligarch. He's a fresh face, isn't he?
He is.
What about him?
I think he really shot to stardom, to politician stardom during this campaign, during the revolution. He was the one among those three opposition leaders who, personally, to me, really played well. He was there all the time. He went to Yanukovych when he was most needed. He started the negotiations process a lot of times. And I think he's good and he has a bright political future.
But people criticize him for dealing with Yanukovych. Was that a mistake?
I think so. I think because he's not afraid of Yanukovych because of his height and weight and all the boxing things. He could really enter his mansion and talk to him openly. Maybe Yatsenyuk and Tyanenbog want that, sure about themselves.
So you're a journalist. I was gonna actually talk to you about like how did this revolution play out in the media? Like when it started, how did it was it a normal revolution media-wise? Did the TV cover it and radio, or what happened?
I would say that we can't say anymore that revolution won't be televised. This revolution was televised. It was televised 24 hours, 7 days a week.
On all channels?
On the web. And on my channel, Channel 5, where I work. But also, it was also present in social medias. Social medias played a crucial role during this revolution.
Facebook, Twitter?
Facebook and Twitter. Really, people who didn't like Zuckerberg for whatever reason fell in love with him during this revolution because Facebook played a crucial role. The communities like Euromaidan and Euromaidan Source really helped people to gather together and fight. And on Twitter, me as a journalist, I was getting more information on Twitter than anywhere else. And I was also tweeting very heavily. So we were exchanging information constantly. And even today, for instance, at Hotel Ukraine, there was a briefing by UK ambassador. We are friends on Twitter, and when I came up to him just to say hello, he said, "Oh my God, we are friends on Twitter," and I said yes. And so, yeah, that's the way it works.
But like, tell me how this social media helped in the revolution. I mean, you say people communicated with each other, read the news or new updates and all that. But how did it actually help in the revolution?
Well, on that community, Euromaidan community, all the latest news were immediately written there. People could, follow the events on Euromaidan, on Independence Square in real time, and they could know that, okay, Berkut are coming to the Independence Square. There are not enough people. We should take a taxi, or we should go to the metro. There were phone numbers for the medics, for the taxi companies, for catering firms that were giving food to the protesters. So it was a huge mechanism of, it was like an advertisement, page. You could find all the essential information about the revolution there on one community page.
So did this revolution make people who were not on social media before, especially like when I think of Germany, like the older generation, like let's say about 40, 50, did that turn them into social media?
I think so. A lot of people started using social media more during the revolution. And also me as a journalist, I was neglecting Facebook when I was in the newsroom, for instance, before the revolution. I was only on Twitter, and during the revolution, I couldn't do that anymore. I had to log in Facebook because there was this Euromaidan page, and without it, I was helpless. I had to know the news, and I had to. Also, there were lots and lots of communities from around the world, and so when I was gathering news about events abroad, for instance, rallies in support of Euromaidan, this was my essential read.
So what are the advantages of social media like Facebook and Twitter to TV? I mean, you work for a TV station, the Channel 5 broadcasted it. What could Channel 5 not do? What could be done on social media?
Well, the thing is, because we don't have correspondents around the world, so many of them. Yeah, we could have had more, but we can't have them everywhere. And so maybe on the second week of the demonstrations, I wrote a post on Facebook asking people to give me contacts, to send me videos and pictures from rallies around the world. And a response was immediate. Lots and lots of people were sending to me videos from the rallies. The day they were shot, we were broadcasting it. So it really helped. It was truly social.
So, I mean, I heard about and learned about the sniper attacks and massacres. Were those broadcasted as well on the web?
Well, yeah, on the web. As a girl, it's very hard. Well, it's not because of my sex, but I haven't seen all the footage with the snipers and killings on YouTube. And for instance, my husband have seen it all. I think I haven't, even though I was on Institutska Street on the day of killings. In time of killings.
You were there?
I was there, but I couldn't see anything because I was behind Ukraine Hotel. So I could only see police, and there were crazy things happening.
Besides the sniper shots?
Yeah, besides the sniper shots, there were. Well, we stood there. We were just trapped with my cameraman, the two of us, without any security gear, and we had to get to the Ukraine Hotel somehow. And because we didn't have that gear, we had to be very careful. And I didn't see wounded or killed people, but every Berkut officer would come up to me and cry, "Are you crazy? Do you want to get killed? You don't have anything. You have to run with us." I don't know why with them, but then maybe on the third time around, when we tried to get into the hotel, I saw a sniper who was kind of overlooking the path that led to our hotel, to Hotel Ukraine, and because I knew that snipers were killing people and
random people or protesters or policemen?
before the snipers were deliberately targeting journalists and protesters on January on Grushevsky Street. So I knew it was quite dangerous, to be running to the hotel. So I spoke to a sniper who was laying there and told him, "Look, I'm a journalist. I have to get to the hotel." I didn't tell him, "Would you mind not shoot me?" But I meant it, and he understood it. So he said, "Okay, take your risk." But he meant that he wouldn't be shooting at me. So, yeah.
where was this sniper coming from? Like, what was he?
He was just laying on the ground with his gun, machine gun or whatever, because I'm not very good at that.
Could you tell from what side? Like, people are saying, well, he was from the state.
He looked like he was from Secret Service. He looked like he was from SBU.
SBU, the Ukrainian
Alpha, intelligence service, right? Yeah, former KGB. He looked like he was wearing that uniform, and I'm actually considering going to the police at some point, maybe soon, to tell them what I saw, because I didn't see much. I wasn't with the protesters when all those tragic events happened. I was on the other side of the street, but still I saw some things. So
you could have taken a picture and put it on Facebook and ask people, who knows this guy?
Maybe I haven't. Yeah, because it was too stressful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your work.
Yeah.
Bye bye.